There's, I don't know if it's changed, but the fraud back is it? This is the next question. Actually, what is the fraud that's going on? Because back in the day, it used to be drivers. I mean, we would be lined up at the fuel counter, and you had to phone. The person who was doing the fuel had to phone the company to get approval, and the drivers are always out of money. So they're trying to get an extra, make sure can you put an extra $100 on this com check so I can eat this week? Or, that was a constant thing. And some guys were sliding it under the covers and trying to pretend they're buying fuel when really, they bought 10 gallons in there. But others were just trying to eat that week. Is that still what's going on for drivers? I don't know that we didn't deal with com checks because I was a Canadian carrier. We had a different system than a lot of the guys in the States.
Yeah, so you mean in the old days, like last Thursday?
Yeah.
Right? That's what you mean, last Thursday? Because that's exactly what's still happening for those that are using the classic payment methods,
Okay.
right? With what we're doing, and drivers are just trying to get by. That's a different side, and you can have, let's call it like intercompany first party fraud. Like bad actors will be bad actors, yep. But the skimming that's on fuel pumps, and we are currently not in Canada. We're not currently accepted in Canada. We do have Canadian customers that cross into the border. I do have a lot of friends up in Canada still because of my past relationships and past business. And I know that they encounter the same thing at those locations with the skimmers. And that's really where a lot of the fuel fraud is happening. Now, we started the business as lumper payments. So the unloading of the reefer tractors, yep. Or the trailers, I guess, not the tractors. And what was happening there is you call and you get a $500 approval for that check, but the lumper is only $350, and then you can take that same number and go get $150 at the truck stop. And that's that administrative burden that I was talking about, where you're chasing, trying to find the money. Well, we're not cash. A check is basically the equivalent of cash. We're not cash. So it is only good one time. Like Bonnie and accounting can say, or in operations can say, this is for $500 up to, but if it's used for $350, it can't be used again. The relay code cannot be used again. And so it just keeps everything very, very clean and very crisp. One of the things that we always do is we outline success criteria. What is success criteria to roll out to your entire fleet? And if they don't bring up the accounting team, we bring up the accounting team. Like, please give us something that makes them happy, because they're the ones that have to deal with all of the mayhem. So let us make sure that they're happy too. And that's one of the things that we do within our onboarding of new customers.
So the skimming is asking for an extra $50 or $100 or whatever. Is that the skimming? Because I think in today's world, and maybe it's changed skimming now, I don't know. Is that when someone takes your card number? Maybe I've got it wrong. I might tell me if I'm totally off track, because I could be. But because I'm not a criminal mind that would be in jail in like 2 seconds flat. But I mean, that's. Is that the skimming you're talking about? I get that one with the cash, but what about the card? Is there another kind? Is that, if you say skimming, I understand that's what it is?
The skimming I'm talking about is like on the pump. Now it happens a lot of times on pumps because maybe they're not checked really often, or people are walking by them all the time. So a person spending a little extra time at a pump doesn't gain attention. But basically, it's like some kind of device that they can stick in, and then every time there's a swipe, they pull that swipe off.
Okay, yeah. So that I understand that as, I guess, technical skimming. That's what they talk about here at a grocery store or somewhere where someone's your card number and you don't understand it. Okay, so that's skimming, and also skimming is the other one that you talked about, the old school skimming, where we're taking an extra $100. Both of them are skimming, correct? Yeah,
that's right.
Okay.
Yeah, so both sides of it we're able to deal with. Now we can also, if a company's like, I want to give my driver $100, okay. Like, we can do that too. When we can have the policies to allow them to get cash advances X number of times a month, X number of times a week, X number of dollars a day. All of those are policies that we set up on our program so that they can handle their business the way that they want to and the way that they're comfortable with.
Yeah. Wow. That's you, as from a business owner, and I've been in business since 2007 on my own. And, every dollar, if you don't track that kind of stuff, and we only have two of us. So there's no, hopefully we don't have that criminal mind. I don't know. My wife handles the bookkeeping, but anyway, getting off that. Yeah. I mean, every dollar, if you're missing dollars like that, it's just, your bottom line keeps rising and rising, and you're allocating for fuel costs that are not really there.